Hello again. It's Esper Control's secret audio blog. This time I want to talk about Stephen King and Owen King with Sleeping Beauties. So I finished this one a couple of days ago, and honestly I would have made the audio blog before, but I catched a cold and it's the first day where my voice is more or less okay again, so I'll try to keep this one short. So this is a book from I think 2017. Stephen King and his lesser-known son Owen wrote this one together. Of course, the most famous son of Stephen King is Joe Hill, but this one is with Owen King, and I don't know any other books Owen wrote, I must confess. And so, anyway, this felt like a mini The Stand 2.0 to me. Why The Stand? So The Stand, it's together with It and the Dark Tower series, Stephen King's best known work, and The Stand was about a global killer pandemic killing 99% of humanity. And Sleeping Beauties, again, it's about a kind of pandemic. Here we have a global phenomenon. It only affects women. Women fall asleep, and then I don't know why or how a kind of a cocoon weaves around them. So they're like hatching butterflies in a cocoon, and well, better don't try to wake them up or don't crack the cocoon, because they basically become ultra-violent zombies attacking and killing everyone. So the whole story of the Sleeping Beauties is set for a time frame of couple of days, and as soon as this pandemic is discovered, the women try to stay awake at all costs, and yeah, we get snippets of news that the pandemic is happening around the world, and one of the main characters here is also a female news anchor, but the majority of the storyline plays, as we know and love with Stephen King books, in a small town. As far as I can tell, unlike for Stephen King, this time it's not set in the state of Maine, but it's set in the Appalachian Mountains and in the small, I guess, fictional town of Dooling. And here we have a women's prison, and majority of the plot line, it plays in this women's prison. And as you can imagine, here we have some powerhouse killer women imprisoned, and well, it's interesting to see how they deal with this pandemic. The male main protagonist is Clint, clinical psychiatrist, and he works in this women prison, and his wife is Lila. She is the local sheriff, the boss of the local police department in Dueling, and that's a good tension for the story. As a mysterious woman, she killed some crystal meth brewing brothers in their caravan, some drug heads, and she is detained and sent into this prison. And wherever she goes, the women fall asleep and they don't wake up again. They are getting woven into this cocoon, and this is Evie Black, as she calls herself, almost an artist name, and she is not a normal human being. She is supernatural, and yes, well, she stays a mysterious figure, but she's also very cool, very level-headed. She has a long perspective, and it seems like she is also several thousand years old, and she's, say, an ambassador to another world, the world where the sleeping women are transported to. There's also some symbolism here. There's a snake, a golden fox, there's a tiger, a mystical giant tree. This is the gateway to the other world, and yeah, it's a kind of a wild story. The scope certainly is smaller than The Stand. The Stand was this epic magnum opus of Stephen King, a book with 1,300 pages or so, and a very large scale macro story. Sleeping Beauties is on a smaller scale, even though we get an idea of the pandemic happening globally. Still, all we see is the town of Dueling and its immediate surroundings. Yes, and well, in the end, I was kind of surprised. I must confess I didn't read any reviews so far, but this is certainly the most feminist novel I ever read of Stephen King. No idea if it has anything to do with Owen. I don't know anything about him. But yeah, this is Stephen King and his son writing dystopian, more or less, apocalyptic, post-apocalyptic novel. And it's all the fault of the men, because they are the aggressive ones. They are the ones waging wars, suppressing women, having it their way since ever. And yeah, I don't know what the intention of the book is. Sure, guess it can't be argued away. Men are more aggressive, and they are probably wrong for the majority of things, going in a wrong direction, down the drain, if you want, on this planet. But we're part of humanity. Without man, there's no future. Yeah, they bring up the case for sperm banks during the course of the novel. So yes, women are certainly more self-sustainable than men, I see. Yes, but well, this left me a bit clueless. Not sure what the intention was with this whole theme that men are evil. Yes, I'm a man myself. Yes, I recognize that men often cause more problems than solving problems, certainly. Yeah, but well, after all in all, it was certainly one of the better late King books, if you want. Um, I guess 2017. So this is the late Stephen King phase, and this one I liked a lot. I certainly liked it a lot better than this fairy tale book from last year. Didn't like that one at all. Felt much too bloated, and but I don't like it as much as I liked Billy Summers. This was very nice, very cool Stephen King crime story. Not so much a horror supernatural book as Sleeping Beauties or Fairy Tale, but Billy Summers was very strong, probably the strongest of the late King books that I read. Also liked the short collection Bazaar of Bad Dreams, Stephen King short stories. They are just wonderful. I can highly recommend reading Stephen King short stories. Oftentimes they are even better than the novels. All right, so all in all, I would say this is a middle, so not too good, not too bad novel of Stephen King. And yes, so much for Sleeping Beauties. I have to find an end here. Also, just one last word on it. I decided to get the German audiobook, and I always do this when I see that the narrator is David Nathan. He's a German narrator, and he has just such a calm and soothing voice. He is just a wonderful narrator. I can listen to him for hours and hours to come. So I decided to get this one in the German version, as I also did with Billy Summers and Fairy Tale. And the next audiobook I decided for, so I expect this next audio blog to be about Adrian Tchaikovsky, Children of Time. So, Children of Time, this I heard it praised up and down all over Reddit and YouTube. The booktubers really like Children of Time, and I'm in 2 or 3 hours, and well, I postponed this one. It has been on my list for quite a long time, but the first few hours are very promising. This is about evolutionary biology in space and far future humanity. So far, it's utterly original and very cool. It's not only about humanity, but also about another species you wouldn't suspect. Yes, and you wouldn't expect. So that's it for today. Thanks a lot. If you made it to the end, I'd be grateful if you give me a thumbs up or consider subscribing. And see you again next time. Bye bye.